here we are, less than 2 weeks away from the trading deadline. Jimenez is obviously the type of pitcher who could change a pennant race. I'm looking at the Yankees, and they've been, getting treasure out of trash, in my opinion. No disrespect to Colon and Garcia all year long. But you got CC, you got AJ. You know what you're going to get from CC. You never know what you're going to get from AJ. You got Hughes, who's come back now. You got Colon and Garcia, veteran guys who've been in there. Let's be really honest. The Yankees aren't in trouble. They're a game and a half behind the Red Sox. They have a 6.5 game lead in the wild card. The Red Sox, Yankees, and Texas produce runs like no other team in baseball. So you can afford to put Colon and Garcia and not have them be in the prime of their careers. But you've got Ivan Nova down there. Would you give up a deal like the Red Sox did in the offseason, but maybe even more for Adrian Gonzalez? And let's look at that deal. They gave up 3 of their top prospects, Casey Kelly, Anthony Rizzo, who's already in the major leagues as a power-hitting first baseman, and Ray Fuentes, who may be a Jacoby Ellsbury type if he reaches his ceiling. But no Red Sox fan is regretting any of that at this point because Adrian Gonzalez is the clear-cut American League MVP at this point. Now you're talking about pitching.
Whoa. Jose Bautista has something to say about that.
Okay. That might have been a little of my heart instead of my head. But clearly, he is
I'll forgive you now.
What's that?
I'll forgive you.
Okay, it's 1 and 1A. You got to agree. There's nobody else on the debate right now. Okay, so my question then is this. While we all agree Jimenez could be a game changer, could be a big chip for the Yankees, it gives them a 1-2-3 or at least a 1-2 to match almost anybody in baseball if he can make the transition to the American League. Are you willing to give up an Adrian Gonzalez type deal with those 3 prospects you said and probably throw in an Ivan Nova or another pitching prospect to make it happen? Do you think that is what it's going to take, and would you be willing to make that deal?
Not all 3. I'd give up, and I talked about this in my 1 o'clock post. I ran Jimenez through the trade value calculator on Beyond the Box Score, which is a really fun tool to use. And basically I came up with the Yankees, in the theory behind the trade value calculator, they should be giving up Montero, one of Banuelos or Betances. I would prefer they give up Betances, but that's because I think Banuelos is much more of a sure thing with similar upside. And then someone like Hector Noesi, who is about a grade B pitcher. He's pitching out of their bullpen right now, but he has the potential to be a number 3, number 4 starter, maybe a little more. And then maybe I'd throw in someone else like Adam Warren, Brandon Laird, David Phelps. The value the Yankees are going to give is going to come from Montero and one of Betances or Banuelos. I wouldn't give up all 3. That is a lot. I like Jimenez a lot. I really do. I think he's perfect for what the Yankees, he fits their needs perfectly. Obviously, he's not going to be CC Sabathia, but he's going to be that nice transition down from Sabathia to the middle of the rotation. But he's also not Clayton Kershaw, Josh Johnson, Tim Lincecum, Felix Hernandez, where I'd feel comfortable giving up all 3 in a deal for him, even though his contract is just beautiful.
Yeah, and which is a consideration for even the big market Yankees because they have so many contracts like the Red Sox. But still, he might be more attractive to other teams, which drives the price up. Personally,
Right.
I don't think the deal gets made, and I'm not saying this as a Red Sox fan. But Colorado, even though they're 10.5 games out, that West always comes down to the last week of the season. That's one factor. And number 2 is if they really want to trade him, unless the Yankees or somebody else blow him away, they probably get an Adrian Gonzalez type deal in the offseason to trade him when they have time to talk to more teams.
They don't need to trade him, honestly. Right. They don't. I think they're just testing the waters. I guess it's kind of like the situation where we saw Justin Upton become available from the Diamondbacks. I don't think Kevin Towers ever really intended to trade Justin Upton, and I don't think Dan O'Dowd really intends to trade Ubaldo Jimenez. I think he's just getting his feet wet and seeing if he can get overwhelmed. And if he does, great, he'll take the deal. But if not, I don't think they'll make the deal. And they don't have to. They're not in the situation where they have to, especially considering how team-friendly his contract is.